Hello guys and welcome. And this morning I was browsing through the MTGO leagues and I found the deck very similar to this one. It's basically a Simic Tempo deck and I've played this deck before today, but I didn't really like it. I thought it was a little bit slow, so I made some changes and it's a Simic Tempo deck. We are playing some land grants and it's a really fast version which actually plays Delvers of Secrets. So it plays very similarly to Mono Blue Terror. You are trying to be really fast with the land grants. You are playing 5 of the dual lands and 9 islands. You are playing some spell pierces. The creatures here are the Delvers, 1 Mystic and full 8 of the snakes. We are of course playing the Lorien revealed as well. The question is, why would we even play green? Since we know that the Dimir Terror is a pretty good deck, right? Very control heavy, and the Izzet version is very similar, and the Mono Blue version is one of the best decks in the format, but why play green? Well, green is really versatile, so not only we get the Emergence, which is like a pseudo removal spell, it's pretty good. We can reveal a creature or choose one we control, and we deal damage that's equal to its power, so it's 6 or 5, you know, when we reveal the Serpent or the Terror respectively, which usually is a cast down. That's pretty awesome. The only downside is it's a sorcery. We of course get a land grant, which is super nice in a deck like that. You know, it's really fast and it does allow us to play less lands and more spells. For Rumbles, one of the best cards. You know, we can reveal the snakes, the Delvers, the Mystic, or even the lands, and we are pretty happy. I also love the Eldrazi spawn, which is some prevention versus cards like Tiding Blade, and we have the Grapple with the Past, which is the last green card in the deck. We mill 3 and we may return a creature or land from the graveyard back to our hand. So I love this because it doesn't say it has to be from the cards we mill with this spell, so basically they can like destroy a Delver or a Snake or the Mystic and we can return it back, or if we mill a land we can return that if we don't have a land drop. I think that's pretty awesome. Then we play the usual suspects in the blue, some Spell Pierces, Sleeps of the Dead, 3 Ponders, the Delvers, Brainstorms of course, which are by the way really cool with the land grant, since it does shuffle the deck, the counter spells, 1 Mystic, and 4 Reveals and full 8 of the Snakes. The other reason why I think green is really nice is the sideboard, but let's start with the blue cards. So we are playing 2 Annul, a lot of people are experimenting with Cryogen Relic, so there are a lot of decks that do play artifacts, so Annul should be pretty amazing against that. We've got 2 Blue Blast, I think you could play 4. We have 2 Envelopes, mostly against decks like Spy and decks that win with the Dread Return. 2 Dispels as some protection for our creatures, but again you could play 4 Blast, it would be completely fine. 1 Snakeskin Veil, I think we can actually remove the Snakeskin Veil here. Yeah, since we have 16 cards in the sideboard, so we play Dispel instead. For the Glamour, again, very awesome, it's a spell as well. We usually use this on bridges or lands in general, very nice. And then the Inspectors, this card is simply amazing. It's great against fairies since it's a really big reacher, and it also does gain some life, so it's amazing against mono red as well. So as always, let me know what you think about this version of Simic Tempo, and I will see you in the games. Okay guys, so we actually go second against the Ancient Gear, and I did make some changes to the deck. We've played a couple of games and I feel like the deck wasn't fast enough, so I did add some land grants. Of course, all the changes are in the link in the description, and we will see if those changes help, so we will keep. And here is the dilemma: do we play the Islet first or do we go the Island into Delver first? I think we will go the Island into Delver first, and then on turn 2 we will just Brainstorm and we will flip the Delver. I think that's pretty nice. They go down to 5, which is kinda interesting. Okay, they go Seed into Heart Evidence, so we are very close to sure that it's the deck with Kenku, right? You know which one I'm talking about. And we can try Island into Delver. We'll play the Aqueduct, sure. Okay, so here comes the upkeep. We will respond to the trigger by Brainstorming. Find land, grapple, not bad. And then I guess grapple, we should reveal the grapple. Beautiful. Let's reveal the grapple. We will play the Islet, I feel like, because we have a handful of green spells here, so we want to use that. We will attack for 3. We hit them for 3, awesome. Now what's really hard about this matchup in general is probably the Kenku. If they mount up the land or the nutrient block, it's a great blocker versus all the snakes. And I think post sideboard we are in an amazing shape though. We have some Annuls. Okay, they have the relic here, that's great for them as well. But the first game should be, I think, pretty difficult against this deck. They have Abjure as well, obviously very awesome. They go for the Mistwald Bridge, sure. Okay, find an island. So I think we will go for a Malevolent Rumble here. We will try to find some action. Wow, Mystic there. Okay, let's pick up a there. We can return the Mystic with Grapple in the past. Grapple with the past, rather. And that's about it. I mean, wait, if we wanted to, could we go for the there? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be... No, we would need one more if we wanted to sacrifice the spawn. So instead we will just pass the turn. I guess we will, of course, use the aberration to hit them for 3 and then we will pass the turn. Awesome. We can use the emergence as well if there is something we need to deal with. Although I believe they play only like a Black Mage's Rod and refurbs. It's basically it. Yep, here comes the Kenku. They will instantly mount up the Mistwald Bridge. And, you know, this is where the trouble starts. Find a line, that's nice. So we can't really attack because this is indestructible. The emergence doesn't work because it deals damage, so that's not ideal. But I think we can go for the Malevolent Rumble. Find an island, sure, we will pick that up. And we will play a Tolarian there as well. And probably just say go. They will Thoughtcast, okay. Play a Mistwald Bridge. End step, sure. Find another Cryptic Serpent, that's actually nice. I think we can attack first pretty safely here. No matter how they block, the terror shouldn't really die, so attack here is pretty safe. Oh right, wait, they can just block with the Undestructible Bridge, of course they can. Okay, we will grapple with the past too. I think we will return the Murmuring Mystic. They will Abjure, no problem. Let's play the Cryptic Serpent as well, which works, awesome. Then we can play land and just say go. They will correct the Clue as well. What I'm really thinking is that some more Sleep of the Deads would be pretty amazing. I will check out the list, but I think we play only like 1 or maybe 2 Sleep of the Deads. Yeah, we play only 1, so I think I will add a second one. It seems pretty good. Okay, they will play a Drossforge Bridge as well and a Thoughtcast. Ooh, another Kenku. Oh, okay. That's troublesome, to say at least. Find another Serpent. That's actually good. So first, I think we can go for a Grapple with the past. Bring back a Terror. We will play it all here. I think we will sacrifice the Aberration here to kill the other blockers, because now we can play a Serpent and the Terror at the same time. We can also use the spawns, but I'm not sure for what yet, so they will probably just block like that. Block with double Kenku, that's fine. Or block with a crab rather, right? Awesome. We will go for a Cryptic Serpent and another Terror. That's a lot of snakes. I hope this is just enough pressure, along with the emergence, to actually push the damage through, right? Blood Fountain, that's really good if they manage to return back the Kenkus, right? But they don't have enough mana for that just yet, which makes us extremely happy. They have now, but they can't play the Kenku. They offering, okay. They will Thoughtcast, okay. So they could have like Metallic Rebuke or Abjure, which is something I need to be very careful about. And Hard Evidence, okay, I think we will kill one of the crabs for sure here. Now they don't have mana for anything, which is great for us. They can't really attack as well. Find a counter spell, that's actually really good. So we will try to kill one of the crab tokens. There is no better target anyway. They will probably double block one of the snakes, I would imagine. And we have a counter spell for next turn, which is great. Okay, let's attack with everything but the spawns. Okay, they won't double block. They will just leave the snakes be. Okay, trying to mitigate the most damage they can. Okay, right. They can go for a cast down or something. Never mind, they will Eviscerator's Insight. That's completely fine. We will let that happen. They go to 9. Okay. Seems like they will use the Blood Fountain to return probably 2 Kenkus. We will try to counterspell the Kenku when they replay it. Sure. Okay, they will actually try to play the Kenku. We will counterspell the Kenku. We win the first game. Awesome. So I think personally this was the really hard part. Now in the second game we hopefully will be able to sideboard some really good pieces. So what was really useless in this matchup is the Monstrous Emergence, since there are no real good targets, right? And I think some grapples with the past could also be sideboarded out. I think some ponders. I love the Sleep of the Dead, but we will bring in 2 Annul and definitely 4 the Glimmer. The Inspector I don't think is super necessary. Yes, it blocks like Refurbished Familiars and the Black Mage's Rod token, so that's pretty good. But overall, I don't think we need it in this matchup all that much. Snakeskin Whale could be really nice for the counters, but I think I will pass on that and just go with the Annuls and the Glamours for now. Okay, I mean, hand is good. There is nothing wrong with this hand, so let's keep. Have basically 2 lands, right? If we're feeling special, we can actually search for a forest, right? Find a terror, that's nice. So we will definitely play an island, and the question is, do we want to ponder or do we want to hold the Spell Pierce? I think we will honestly land grant first, then ponder. We will try and bring the forest. We will ponder then. We have Island, Brainstorm, Ponder. That's not horrible. I would love to have the land if possible, but yeah, so I think we will take the land. Then we will take one more, probably the Ponder or the Brainstorm, and we will just use the Rumble to mulligan the last one away. I mean, to mill it rather, not mulligan. Let's go Brainstorm, Ponder, and then the Island on top. We will say no. Sweet, can say go. Okay, they go for the Relic. Now I wish I kept the Spell Pierce, but they probably wouldn't really play it if they knew we have it, right? So, okay, we found a Ponder. I think we'll just go for Rumble. Keep it real simple here. Find a Serpent, double Serpent. Okay, let's take one. Okay, they run a Toadcast. This is telling me they don't have a Nihilist Spellbomb ready right now, which makes me extremely happy. Ooh, Land Grant is definitely interesting, I would say. Does Land Grant help in any way, shape, or form here? We have 5, so with Land Grant it could be 6. But does that mean we can play like more things? I wouldn't necessarily think so, right? We can still play probably just one there, but we have the Spell Pierce ready, which is awesome. So the Land Grant does allow us to play there and have a Spell Pierce ready if they have Abjure, which is great. So we will cast this by revealing the hand. We'll pick up the Islet and we can just play it there, right? Very simple. If it goes through, we can go with the Rumble. If they try to counter it, we can just Spell Pierce. Goes through, awesome. Now I think I want to keep the Spell Pierce anyway, so I will go for a Rumble like this. Yeah, I will go for Rumble like this. If we find a Tolarian Terror, we can actually play it. If we don't, we can play a Ponder or hold up a Spell Pierce. Both are quite amazing. So Ponder, grapple with the past. I think we will pick up the Island here. Do you want to Ponder or hold up the Spell Pierce? I think we will just hold up the Spell Pierce here. I think that's very nice. So cast down really is not a possibility on the Terror right now because we have the Spell Pierce. So they would need to pay 4 and then 2 more for the Pierce. So that's like 6 mana removal. Yeah, there's no way. They go for Refurb. That's fine, honestly. I will discard the Islet, I feel like. They have hard evidence. I mean, we could Spell Pierce that, but I think we'll pass on that. Just say okay. End step. Okay, so we didn't get to use the Spell Pierce, but that's fine. Land Grant is here. Interesting. I think we will save that for later. We will definitely play the Island. Then we have 2 options. We could either play the Cryptic Serpent and hold up something like a Spell Pierce, or we also could play the Mystic and then play Ponder, which would create a bird. I feel like that's pretty nice as well. I wonder what's better. They will actually block. Okay. So it seems like they may have a Blood Fountain of some, right? Like blocking is very interesting. So if that's the play, I think we can kind of go for, man, I feel like I want to get a Mystic on the board and I'm for it. Let's go for the Mystic. They can't use the Abjure. So if they have something like a cast down, we will just, you know, use the Ponder. Then the Land Grant is actually free and we can use that, which is sick. So that's one more bird. If, of course, they don't have the cast down here. Okay, Lorien revealed, Cryptic Serpent, and the Annul. I mean, I like all of these, I will be honest. The problem is we will shuffle with the Land Grant if we decide indeed to use it. So I think I want the Serpent the most and the Lorien the least. Annul is awesome. Oh, I pressed yes, so we shuffle anyway. Oh, okay, I guess that's fine. So in that case, we can definitely use the Land Grant right now. Create a bird. I guess I will never learn to properly use the Ponder. I always click yes and I think like, yes, I want to keep the cards like I chose them, right? But nope, yes, I want to shuffle. That is the real answer. We have one last Tanglet Islet and we will just say go. They will crack the clue, sure. Ooh, we got your rest now, okay. Took away the Spell Pierce, they don't like that, okay. I can respect that. We will go for Refurb, we will discard the land as always. Okay, we find the Annul anyway, which is really sweet. I think we will attack first and probably with everything. We really want to deal the most damage possible here. We are the Tempo deck after all. Block like that, interesting. I don't know about that, but I guess that's fair. We can play the Serpent. If they have Abjure, they have Abjure. We will hold up the Annul in that case. They have Abjure. That's okay. I'm not mad. We can cast Brainstorm or Annul. Both instant speed, so we will hold them in our hand. I feel like the Annul could be really useful, especially against something like a Blood Fountain. It looks like they are planning to play around the Blood Fountain here quite a bit. Go for the Relic. I think we will Annul that actually. I don't like the stun counters on my creatures a single bit, so they will go for hard evidence, that's fair. They will correct the clue. Yeah, I think this looks very promising actually. We have managed to develop a very big board very early on. Cryptic Serpent is awesome. So let's attack with everything like we always do. Okay, we will play a Cryptic Serpent and then we have a Brainstorm on their end step. Or we can play to respond to their removal. So in response to something like cast down to actually make the bird anyway. Ooh, they have a Kenku here, okay. So this could get a little funny anyway. I really want to find the Diglammer. We've actually seen mean 0, and we have 30 cards in our deck. So let's brainstorm. Create a bird. Spell Pierce land. That's crazy. Okay. I mean, I guess we want to Spell Pierce. Okay, let's go 1, 2. Can they kill the Murmuring Mystic? I don't think so. I'm not really afraid of that. We will attack with everything like we always do. If they have a spell, we can Spell Pierce anyway, so that's nice. I think they play like the unexpected things in the sideboard, 1 copy. So if they have that, looks like they probably don't. They just want to chump block. Yep, okay. Sweet, so they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands. So if they actually play a Blood Fountain, we can make them pay for that with Spell Pierce. They go for an Offering. Next turn we are drawing a land, which isn't ideal too. Another Hard Evidence. I mean, we could... No, let's not use a Spell Pierce on that. So you're telling me that the Glamours are in the bottom 30, right? Ooh, okay. Well, now we can Spell Pierce. If they want to pay for that, they need to tap their Mistwall Bridge, which is something they definitely don't want to do. So we will see what they choose. I think they will do it, although that will cost them a lot of life, of course. They will do it, okay. We're expecting an island next turn. So no progress as far as the board state goes. Maybe not pay for that instead? What's the play here? Okay, they say, fine, I will let you Spell Pierce the cast down since I really want to block with the Mistwall Bridge. Very fair. Look, another island. Okay, we will just attack with everything. We do play just 13 lands, like, so this is pretty interesting. Let's see what they will draw. We are still waiting for the Glamours there. They will crack the clue, trying to find something of use. They will duress us. Oh, don't worry. There's just an island. They will play a relic. Oh, so they can play with the stun counters. That's good for them. They'll probably stun the Cryptic Serpent. Ooh, they have a spell bomb. It comes a little bit too late, I would say. But I guess better than never, right? Now they can't activate the relic without tapping the land. Okay, the graveyard is gone. How sad. And we win the match. Actually, quite a close game, I would say. This matchup is decent post-sideboard. It's pretty clunky pre-sideboard, but we managed to go 2-0, so GG against the Dimir Affinity with Kenkus. So Adelharo will be next opponent, and again, I have made some changes to the deck. You know, I've played a lot of games, and I was fine-tuning this version a lot. So funnily enough, this hand looks like a mono blue there. We will keep. We go for a Fateless Looting. Okay, that's fair. Sneaker Snacker, another Looting. Okay, so we will play an island and say go. They exile a Highway Robbery. Fair enough. We'll go for a Brainstorm end step. We want to mill one of the Knowledges. We will keep a Spell Pierce. Let's go Knowledge and Lorien. We will draw the Lorien. Awesome. Now we definitely want a Thought Scour. We can do that on their turn, I guess, too. So we will just play a land. We will hold up a Spell Pierce. They go for a Fire Temper. We will Spell Pierce the Grab the Prize. We will take 3 though from the Temper. Okay. And let's Thought Scour. We will mill one of the Knowledges. And another Lorien. We draw a Lorien and a Mental Note. That's pretty good. We already have 5 spells. So I guess if we like Mental Note, we can start actually doing stuff, which is great. Find a Delver. Okay, so we can go a Terror plus a Delver, which is awesome. We also find a Sleep of the Dead, which could potentially be quite nice. Go for a Fateless Looting, which means the Snacker comes back. Alright. Yeah, let's see what we reveal with a Delver of Secrets. They will Lava Dart us. Okay, I guess that's okay. Yeah, I don't see an issue with that. It would be the Islet, so we will say no. Which is something we can actually play, which is good. And we also kind of want to get on the board with another Serpent and maybe cycle one Lorien next turn. Yeah, I like that. So let's attack for 5, play a Serpent, and we will cycle a Lorien, and then it's the Knowledge next turn probably. They go for an Epic here. Okay. They will attack actually. Okay. So we will cycle one of the Loriens. We will bring a regular island. Not much else to bring, of course. And find a counter spell. That's really good. That's really good. So I think we could sleep the Epic here and then hold up a counter spell. Leave the Knowledge for next turn. I kind of like that. I don't want them to chump block at all. So we will do 1, 2, and 3. We will attack and we will use the Knowledge or the counter spell depending on what they want to do. I think with counter spell up we can't really die, or at least I hope. Sure, no problem. They will do 3 damage and put us to 8 with a lightning bolt. Highway Robbery. Yeah, I think we're definitely counterspelling that. We don't want them to get more cards, of course. They will recast the Fateless Looting. We win 1-0. Okay. So I kind of messed up the sideboard too. In the original version, you can see that in the description will be Blue Blasts. They are not here, so we will have a little bit of a more difficult time. Do we like the Emergence? I think they are playing Flame Breather, so they shall be pretty important. I don't love the Delvers, especially when we are going second again and they have like Lava Darts and whatnot. I love the Inspectors though. I like the envelopes too, and the dispels are pretty good as well. Is the emergence important? I would say yes, like we talked about before. The sleep isn't that good, it's just fine. Take away one Thoughts cover, we will add double dispel to actually get rid of the Fire Blast and Bolts. This should be okay. So we are strictly on the snake strategy now. We are using some counter magic to protect ourselves. Okay, hand is interesting. Normally I would just say no to this, but I don't think it's that bad. We can use this to find the islet and just maybe play the game, so I'll keep. It's super risky, don't get me wrong, but we will go for an epic here. Alright, that's fair. Find Lorien. Ooh, okay. Well, I guess we can do that. Do we go for the islet or for the forest to cycle the revealed? I do think we can go for the islet here. And I think we are one turn late on the envelope, sadly. I feel like they will do something like play a robbery or play grab the prize, and we can't really use the envelope. Which obviously I think envelope is so good in this matchup because they have all the draw twos, but oh, they don't do anything. Okay, that's awesome for us then. Love that. Find a brainstorm. I would like to just use the Lorien though. Find an island. We will play the island and we will say go, keep it really simple. We have the envelopes ready. I think they want to wait to the next turn, and when they have 3 mana, they will... Okay, now they will get back the snacker. I think they have Red Blast or Pyroblasts, so they are making sure they are ready for what we have here. Or end step, okay, so I guess that's fine. We will mental note ourselves then. Find a Manamorphose, which is great. Find a counter spell as well, interesting. So first, I guess we can go for the Manamorphose. We will do double blue. They can't really Red Blast this, which is great as well. Let's go blue and blue. Find the mental note, and I think we could try and play a Terror this turn. We already have 5 spells, we have 6 with the mental note, so this is turn 3 Terror, if we want to do that. But I would also like to find a land, so I think I will brainstorm. We do find the land, and here is the Inspector as well, which I love. So let's do something like a double mental note back, play an island, and play 8 Terror. They have a Pyroblast, it seems, which I guess okay, is fine. Yes. So we will use a Thoughts cover to mill ourselves. And next turn we will, I guess, play the Inspector plus Terror if they don't have any graveyard hate. Shall be pretty good. Find another counter spell, that's fine. Okay, they got us. Looks like a handful of interaction to some extent. Okay, here is a land grant. I actually like that. I think we can wait with the Inspector. If they have like a Pyroblast, we can try to counterspell it, which I think is what we are going to do here. Okay, we will try to counterspell and see what that does. If they have like a third one, okay, they have a third one. They have a third one, that's pretty insane. Sure, actually no problem. We will try to win with the Inspector there. Starting next turn. We will pick up a forest, we'll play the forest and say go. I think I should have done that before actually. But no, since the Terror is 1 blue and then the counterspell is 2 more blue, I guess that makes sense. I think they have more blast somehow. I'm not sure how, but I think it's true. Okay, we do find another island, which is good, because it means we can actually try to go for Under Terror. It sticks, awesome. And then we can go for the Inspector. We will use the Terror. And we will put a counter on a creature, this one, and gain 2 life. Awesome. We still have the envelopes, which is very important against cards like Grab the Prize, No Tax, and End Step. Okay, nice. This is Land Grant, but that's pretty useless at this point, which is fine. We trade the speed for consistency later on, that's okay. I think we can attack with both here, just put some pressure on them. Down to 13, sweet. They will try to Fire Blast the Inspector. I think we don't mind, right? I think that's fine with us, actually. And Fire Temper for 3. I mean, again, I don't think we mind all that much. We will leave the counterspell for something more meaningful. This is all good. And they will hit us for 1. Yeah, and we win the match. I think with the counter magic, we would have had them. So that's 2-0 against Mono Red Bernie, even with no blue blasts, which is something I forgot to add. They will be in the updated version. GG. We are back with the conclusion, and I have to say this deck was a journey. The first version where we played the Rumbles, a lot of tapped lands and grapple with the past, I didn't really like. I thought I would like it a lot more than I did. I feel like it didn't play as well. Obviously the Brewer went 5-0 in the MTGO Leagues, which is amazing, but it didn't resonate with me all that much. What did resonate with me a lot more is this version, brewed by Tillman Young Andreas, who actually went top 8 out of 74 players in a pretty big tournament in Germany, Berlin. His version was pretty similar to this one. There was no dual land, there was only one forest, but they did play the land grants and the Manamorphose, which I feel like is pretty sick. Obviously free spells you want to get in the graveyard for the snakes are always good. You also play a lot more spells than lands, so your Delver is much more consistent, which I feel like is really important. But the main reason to actually go Simic, in my opinion, is not the main deck, although the additions in the main deck are very good. I think it's the sideboard. Like, you get access to cards like Sandstorm, Diglammer, and the Inspector, which I feel like are amazing. The Inspector against Burn or Fairies is just sick. The Sandstorm, Mono Blue usually has to sideboard cards like the Gutshot or Piracy Charm, since they have no 1 damage effect, but the Sandstorm does solve that, and the Diglammer is just so good against all those bridges. I will say I forgot to add the Blue Blast, so I will make sure to add them in the final deck list, but even the sideboard like this I felt like was pretty sick and I did enjoy it. So would I say this deck is better than the Mono Blue Tempo deck? I would say probably not, but right after sideboarding you get access to a lot of tools, and the land grants and the emergence and the Manamorphose are all really good cards in a deck like this. So I feel like you definitely gain a lot from splashing green, even when you splash it really lightly like we did right here. But let me know what you think about this deck and if you would make some changes, and I will see you soon. Have a great day and bye.